Hey up, welcome back to the Man Cave Workshop. Okay, I'm going to be having a look at this Roberts R707. It's been with me quite a few years, it's got a bit of history, and it's not all as it looks. So if you're interested in this, stick around and we'll have a look at it. So okay, let's have a look at it. First of all, you look at the grill on this one, which is in wonderful condition. The trims have got a slightly gold tinge to them. But if you look at the top, the trims are silver. Let's have a look at the sides. They're all very nice. But if you notice, there's no input for a DC power supply. So it must be battery only, this one. The handle's in good shape. The back again, I don't know if it shows up very good in the light, but the back grille there has a golden tinge to it. Let's open the back. Inside, an R707. If we look at them capacitors, one of them looks like it's been changed, or perhaps two. This guy here looks like it's been changed. Not sure how it shows up so much in the camera, but that's it. So let's have a look. Let's have a little deeper look at it. Let's get the chassis out. Let me get my screwdrivers out and we'll have a look inside, a bit deeper into it. Right, okay, let's get the chassis out. Now, I've not worked on a radio since, it must be springtime, and now it's December 2020. So I may be a little bit rusty, but if it all goes a bit Pete-tong, we'll keep the camera going so we can have a laugh. So there's two screws here that need taking out. Let's take that one out. There we go. Let's just fling that on the bench and lose it. No, let's not. Let's pop it in a jar. Oh, crinkle cut gherkins, one of my favourites. Let's pop that in there. They come with a shroud. I don't know if this one is loose. See if we can pop that out. Or let's leave that in. It'll probably fall out and on the floor later and never to be found again. Let's take this screw out. Okay. And there is a shroud in there. And this screw here, I think, is the aerial antenna screw. Let's take that out. Next door neighbour's dog barking. Okay. And let's see if we can lift the radio out of its case. Let's have a look. I'm doing this quite blindly. I have took one of these apart before. Oh, there's a battery shelf in the back. Let's chuck that one side and lose it, or stand on it and snap it. And let's see if we can get this bad boy out. Oh, the FM aerial has a little spring connector there, so we'll take that off. That's loose. Let's see if it comes out. If it doesn't, we can always get the mallet on it and get it out that way. Does it go in or out? Oh, well, that came out. No mallet needed. I think it was a little bit stuck, so perhaps we've just ruined the whole radio, but let's onwards and upwards, eh? So that's out. And do we need to take anything else out? Now immediately you can see this here. Now that is a DC power supply adapter that's tucked up there, and the story will unfold as this saga continues. So we need to get now the speaker wires off, which are actually hidden under there. And there looks like two access holes here to get at the nuts that hold the speaker on there. Should we just pull the lot out? I think we should. Okay, so there's 2 screws here holding this battery base plate in. Let's take them out. Why do we do these things? Okay, they are a number. Phillips screwdriver number that fits and doesn't. I've just lost a screw. Don't know. A screwdriver that fits and doesn't shred the head to little tiny bits. Let's pull the next one out. What could possibly go wrong? So that's that bit loose. That gives us access to the speaker, which is a roller speaker. And I'm not sure what ohms that speaker is. Like, let's get a little socket to pull the nuts off that hold the speaker. So these are BA size sockets. Let's see which one fits. Let's guess at a 6 BA. Nope, too small. So let's try, is this one? Is that a 5? I don't know. I can't see properly with having the cam. Nope, that one doesn't fit. Put that one back on its little spring. What's this one? 4? Oh, 4 fits perfectly. Right, so let's... Oh, they're finger tight. That's good. Let's get them out of the way. There's one, and it looks like there's a little washer behind the nut. So let's remember where all these goes. It just saves on soldering it, I suppose, to get the unit, the radio, speaker, and battery tray out all in one go. We'll slap the case on one side and have a look at this radio. There we go. So will it all come out this way? Lift it out. See if we can puncture the speaker cone while we're at it. Get all the bits out. So there's the case. There's all the bits. Put the case safely on one side on the floor so we can kick it over later. It's a concrete floor, so we can scratch all the finish and make a mess of it. Right, how many screws have we got in there? I think... Yep, we got them all. Let's pop a top on that jar. Let's put gherkins on the shopping list. Okay, oh, what's this bit? Oh, bits of the trim, they just come off. Let's move this anti-slip mat. We'll get the radio on the bench like that and have a look at it, eh? Right, I'm going to pause now and just have a quick look over it and see what's going on inside this one. Right, okay, with the magic of YouTube, it is a few hours later now. But with the magic of YouTube, it's only a few seconds if you're watching it. So this let's just go back to what I was saying about this radio. This radio I've had a good few years, and I acquired it from the absolute genius radio restorer and repairer called Radio Cruncher. And it must be going on 4, maybe 5 years ago. I don't know, perhaps 4 years ago. And I said to him at the time, oh, I just want one of them R707s. And he said, oh, I've got one in stock, but I think it was untested or something. He had it in stock anyway. And what he did, I just said, I want one that works. He did the module work. I'm pretty sure about that. This is the module here that I ain't going to go near if it works. I don't know. I've not tested it yet. And I think that was about it. I think we had a phone call and I said, oh, I just want one that works. And I think he was reluctant to let it go without sorting out the module but he didn't do anything else to it. And I used it for a good 18 months, and it got taken loads of places with me, and it got dropped a couple of times, and the case it was in ended up in quite a sorry state. But at one point on the famous internet auction site, I saw this empty case on an auction, nothing in it at all, and I thought, well, I've messed up my case by absolutely doing what these radios are meant to be done. I used it portably, I took it everywhere. We got this case, it had a chip here that I repaired. I don't know if I've videoed that, but this case wasn't for the one that takes the DC power supply. So instead of drilling a hole in this case, I just took the DC power supply away because, like I said, I was using it as a portable radio, so it just got batteries put in it and used. It's been on a shelf now in the Man Cave workshop for, it must be 2 years at least. And I just thought today it's about time I had a look. Instead of being lazy, have a look at these electrolytic capacitors and perhaps service it if I've got them in stock. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fire up the desolderer and going to lift the legs on the very accessible capacitors and just see how they're doing. If I've got them in stock, I might as well change them. Perhaps I should have tested it before, but now it's in pieces anyway. Let's get this thing recapped because I think it's worthwhile. Okay, I'll fire up the soldering gun and fire up the soldering iron, and let's see if we can make a reek mess of this. Let's see if we can lift all the tracks and everything. I'm just looking how easy it's going to be to work on. Perhaps easy if we take these legs off. So they just bend off like that. Where are we in shot? I'm a bit rusty at this, guys. Like I say, I've not done a video for a while. So they've got like a leg like that, and you clip them in to the top that way and bend them down, and then that's where the screws go into the bottom of the case. Okay, like I say, I'm a bit rusty. I haven't even got a soldering iron turned on. Like a schoolboy ever, that when you're working on radios. Always get your soldering iron hot. Okay, we'll get them warmed up. So, okay, whilst the soldering equipment is warming up, I'm just having another look at this, and I think this looks like a Vichy cap here. I think that one has been changed. Possibly Radio Cruncher might have been feeling sorry for me. It might be one of the main culprits for going wrong. Did it? Dunno. I say we're going back a good few years now. Looking on the back of the board, there's a little capacitor here. I think it's a 2.5. So there's one there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They look like output transistors there. I'm being lazy, guys. I've not even looked at a schematic for this. 11, 12. Now, I'm not sure what I've got in stock, but I'll work my way through what I can do. I always used to think, oh, it's the big guys that are always a problem, and they do go out of spec quite a lot, but these little guys can cause problems as well. So they will all need changing. I think what I'm going to do is start off with this one here. And under there's a... Where does that black wire go? Oh, you see that black wire goes to the DC input. So I should imagine this capacitor, I should imagine, and I'm guessing, gets a little bit of hammer. So if you're screaming and shouting, I'm only guessing. I've got is that a headphone socket there? And we'll have to check that works as well. Or is that the headphone socket? Don't know. Like I say, I'm being lazy. I haven't got a schematic. I'm just having fun changing electrolytic capacitors for new ones for the fun of it. Why not? So looking at all these guys, all the negative ends are towards this end of the board. So if I get a little Sharpie pen and just put a few black lines down there, I'll know to put them in the right way. Okay, so you can see what I'm seeing. I've got my magnifier here, and I'm looking at this first cap that we're going to pull out, which I think is a 250. But if you look at, like I say, the black wire is connected there, and it looks really delicate, this board, you know. That's my dog barking, by the way, joining in. The neighbour's dog's been out for hours. I think they've just took it in now. And it's got these wires connected here. So let's just move them over a little bit, and let's do the best thing and take a picture of it so we know where it all goes back. Take a couple of pictures of that. So now we can, if I prop it up somehow, I'll use the speaker, I think. We can actually remove this black wire, as we know where it goes. Should be fairly easy. Whoa, that them tracks look really, really delicate. And put your finger on the back. I think we need to remove this wire. So that is my dog barking in the background. Be gentle with this, there we go. And to get access we will remove this. There must be something deadly coming to attack us. That's why my dog's trying to protect us. Actually, I don't think we need to remove that wire just yet. So let's get this capacitor out. You can tell I'm rusty, guys. It's taken me a whole video to just remove one capacitor. I've totally forgot how to do it and what tools I need. I know we needed that. Let's see if we can lift. Let's see if we can lift it. No, not quite. So let's pop this back on. There we go. And so we can lift this without damaging any of these delicate traces. They are pretty delicate. Come on, there we go. She's out. So what we'll do, I'm just looking at how much time I've spent doing this. Where are we? What we'll do, I'll get the tester out and we'll test this capacitor. I might let Maggie in, our little resident Jack Russell, because she seems to be wanting me, and see what it reads and see if we've got one in stock and put a new one in. Slowly, slowly. Right, okay, let's get this on the meter. So it should read 250. Oh, it's reading 208. So it's dropped. This meter doesn't do ESR, but these caps are notorious for failure. So I think it's worth taking out. It's typical, isn't it? As soon as you start videoing, the neighbour's dog starts barking, my dog starts barking. The rest of the time, they're fast asleep. So I found this bag that I've got, and it says Vichy 250 UF. So in here... Oh, it's not blue. Oh well. It would have been nice if it was blue. But what we're going to do is pop this one in. It is a Vichy 250 at how many volts? I can't see. it ended up on the floor nearly then. It's called a atom. Is it an atom bomb? If I put this in, will it blow up? 250 UF at 25 volts DC. It says Sprague Atom. Can't remember when I bought these. It must have been a good few years ago. But if I've put them in a Vichy bag, I think these are quite good caps actually. And I've got a bag full of them. So what I'll do is pop this one in and then work my way along all the 250s and then get onto these little guys here. Here we go, put it back in. I'm trying. So this is the magnifying glass I use. I'm trying to get you guys to see what I see when I'm doing it. And now I've set the camera up, I can't see it myself, but here we go. So there's the legs of the capacitor in through here and here. This red wire has to go and connect around that one. So I think we'll just bend it round with these pliers here. I don't want it shorting out on anything else because there's a lot of tracks, as you can see, hopefully nearby. So should we just twist that around there? There we go. I think that'll be okay. I might end up. Nah, see, look, that's going to short to that other track there, isn't it? And we don't want none of that. So perhaps that's not how it was on originally. Let's pull it off again. Straighten the edge of that out. It was arced up, kind of like that. I just don't like all that bare wire sticking out. I'll tell you what, I'm going to snip that off because it just looks like it could so easily short out onto something. Let's snip a bit of that off. Let's pop that there like that and get a blob of solder on there. I'm using leaded solder here. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Got an Antex, a vintage solder iron. I'm trying not to touch any other wires and burn them. Make sure that capacitor's in. And as always, heat up the work. Then add the solder. I don't want to be staying on here too long because I really don't want to lift them tracks. You can see I'm not the neatest. But I think that is a solid solder joint and it's not shorting out anywhere. Can you actually see that? Okay, and the red wire connected to the positive. We had a black wire, didn't we? Here it is. See, under this magnifier you can see how big everything looks. Now I'm trying not to bend the legs over like that because in future, if it needs servicing again, it's a pain when somebody's done that to get the components out. I'm just wondering, should I just pop that there? No, it ain't going to stay on, is it? So how are we going to get this? Perhaps we need to just bend that wire around a little bit. Don't worry, this video is going to end soon. There'll be a part 2 instead of boring all the people watching with just simple stuff like this. You don't want to watch this all day, do you? The man cave messing about with solder. What I'll do, I'll bob a bit of solder on there first. Hoping this, let me get the camera in. This is where I'm working here. Is it magnified enough? Hopefully. Bob a bit of solder in there to secure the leg in. Again, being really quick as we can. We don't want to lift these tracks, tracers, tracks, whatever they're called. What I'm talking about when I say that is, you guys know these are like tracers or tracks, and they can easily lift, and then you just open up a whole world of problems. And I think what we'll do with this wire is tin the end. This is how I tend to tin stuff. I just wrap it round. You can't see what I'm doing, can you? Just wrap a bit of solder on, just tin it on like that. That's tinned. And then heat the whole thing up again quickly. And get the solder flowing very quickly. Right, it's stuck, but I'm not happy with that. It'll probably lift off again now. Let's get a bit more on. I see, it's not. It is taking, but I think there's too much wire there again. The longer I'm taking on this, the worse vibes I'm getting. And we all know what I should have done. I should have snipped that wire shorter because it was way too long. See, that just looks like a bodge now, doesn't it? So let's do it like that. And then, if we can, snip. Oh, this wire was too long. Should have done this first. Learn by your mistakes. But we want it really nice and neat. And then snip the excess legs off. Is that good enough? Doesn't look that good, does it? I mean, don't forget, guys, it is under a magnifying glass. I'm not sure if we've got focus. Okay, we'll live with it. At least we know it's a solid joint and it's not a dry joint. I'm going to show you how small it actually is when take away the magnifier. And lift it up for you. Not too bad, is it? Right, okay, so that's one done. I think that's 250, 250, 250. So another 4 of them, and I won't bore you with watching me do the next 4. There'll be a part 2 of this. There'll probably be about 500 parts to this video, knowing me. Bent the legs nicely. That's in. So that's one done. I don't know. This video's probably gone on for about 6 hours, and one capacitor changed. But qualitily changed. Qualitily? Is that a word? Quality, not quantity. Okay, so thanks for joining me again in the Man Cave Workshop, and I hope you join me in the next video. Stay safe, guys. Catch you next time. Bye.